Okay, so thank you again for being here today, everybody. Let's officially get started. So this is our Freedom Project presented by the Express Success Mastermind team. Please raise your hand. Yes. Okay. So why are we here tonight? Why are you here tonight? So just gonna start off with this thought: who invited you today cares a lot about you, and you should take a moment to make some eye contact and thank that person. So something we really live by. I'm sure you know or heard of Gandhi. Be the change you want to see in the world. That is something that we stand and live by. So we'll always refer back to that. Why else are you here tonight? You're here to learn how you can increase the quality of your life starting. And a few of those things are going to be popping up shortly.
Mm-hmm. It should be. Hello.
Hello, hello.
Oh, technology.
I guess it's meant for you to just talk a little more.
Okay, well then. So, okay, there we are. Ways that you can start increasing the quality of life. So we really want to start thinking about what do we value in life. We've talked about some things that we're passionate about, and how this brings quality to your life, adds value to your life. The main areas of focus for the Freedom Project is actually, that's okay. So there's a lot of things that we've already mentioned here: wholesome food, physical activity, spirituality. But the two things out of this little combobulation of things, of passions, of qualities, are going to be nutritional supplements and emotional relationships. So really creating connections and seeing the correlation between the two and how that adds value and quality to your life. So another reason you're here tonight, you're going to learn how you can be a part of the online health and freedom revolution, which is very exciting. Yeah. You being present here right now means that you're currently taking part in it. So you're going to learn a little bit more about that as the presentation continues. I want to read off a quote here that is very powerful. Steve Jobs, we all know who he is. Rest in peace. I'm going to read his wise words here. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking. Don't settle. As with all matters of the heart, you know when you'll find it. Yes. So this is something I believe that, and I think we all believe in. So again, going back to quality and value, what do you value? Is it time freedom, financial freedom, being the best version of you, giving back, traveling the world, art, driving cool cars? All of these things are things that we value, and I'm going to point out some pictures here for you. So Frishta, who is sick, unfortunately, and couldn't be here, but we love her. She's also very positive. A part of our Mastermind Express Success team. What she values is nature, being one with the earth, and being to travel and be wherever you really feel drawn to. So that's her at Niagara Falls. Melissa loves to cook as well, and she's fully organic. So that's her cooking up some organic meals, and she loves sharing. So of course, there she is. Mira, who's also part of our team, she keeps fit, and she is a firecracker. She's really big into mixed martial arts, so that's her kicking some ass. Sorry, excuse my French there. And she's also an adrenaline junkie. She loves to do random spontaneous things and travel, so that's her skydiving in New Zealand. This is one of our mentors, Anna. What she values is being able to work wherever you want, whenever you want. So that's her working on the beach. And then really being around the ones you love, family, connections, relationships. So here we have some of our team members, Mama, Monique, and Melissa there at our convention. So these are just some of the things that we value, and I think some people really don't think about in general. We don't really think about what we value and what adds quality. So 3 things I'm going to promise to you today: education, inspiration, and Solution-based possibilities. The first is 2 challenges facing all generations today. Second, you're going to learn about our optimal living freedom vehicle of choice, USANA Health Sciences. We're going to show you how to save $3,000 or more on your taxes this year. We're going to tell you what leverage is, which is the key to time freedom and financial freedom. And number 5, residual income and why everybody needs it. And a bonus, you are going to also find out more available to you through the USANA and our health hashtag, the Freedom Project, if you will. So let's get right into this. So 2 challenges facing all generations today. If you talk to somebody long enough, they will raise one of 2 things, or both. So money is a problem. Money is always a problem. And health. People always are complaining about how sick they are, how all these things are going on. So is there a correlation between the 2? I think so. So many people spend their life gaining wealth and then have to spend their wealth, their health. Does this make sense? It's a little bit backwards. And to be this way, there is a better way. And it prompts you solution-oriented possibilities. So let's jump right into that.
Mm-hmm. So many people sacrifice their health just to
Yes.
get wealthy, and then once they hit
that freedom 65, we work until retirement, and then all of a sudden we are spending what we made to get back what we sacrificed, which doesn't always work out in the end. So let's take a look at today's health reality. I'm going to point out some of these, and I just want everyone to raise your hand or keep your hand raised if you know of somebody or personally know somebody who has any of these. Cardiovascular disease, cancer, any kind, stroke, respiratory disease, diabetes, and some things that aren't on here. Wow, that's 100% of the room. Some of the things that aren't on here that have to do a lot with this, with mentally, anxiety, depression, personality disorders, if you will. These are all things that, maybe aren't up here, but there is definitely a correlation between that as well. So why are we talking about this? These are degenerative diseases. What does that mean? Degenerative disease is something that I want to point out you were not born with. It's something that happens over a process of time due to lifestyle. Exactly. Thank you, Nadia.
I was like, there's 3 words out there.
Exactly, lifestyle. And lifestyle are essentially the choices that we are making every single day. Every choice that you make leads to a reaction or a lifestyle, essentially. If you're choosing these things, these choices become your life. And go back for just 1 second. That's okay. So I'm pointing this out is because this doesn't have to be the reality. These are based on choices that we consciously make, and it could be those little tiny choices or really big choices. But what I really want to point out here is don't lose your chance to make a difference today, because so many wait until it's too late. A lot of people are unconscious about it, and they're dying slowly, and they don't choose to do anything about it until it's too late. So, very powerful there. Okay, so what are the causes of all these things? Oxidation and free radical damage. Does anybody know what this is? No. Okay. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you what this is. Okay, so free radicals are things like stress, radiation, pollution, toxins, that cause an oxidation process, which is basically rusting from the inside out. Some of these free radicals, like stress, radiation, pollution, toxins, we cannot control, unfortunately. We can't hide out inside the home and, not breathe because the air is polluted. We have to live, right? But there are choices that we can make to control these free radicals. Things like chemicals, pesticides, your diet, GMO foods. Last time I checked, food doesn't fly at your face. You pick it up and you eat it, you chew it, and it gets digested by your own hand. So another thing that I want to point out here, these are the things that, there are things that we can't control and then there are things that we can control. So I'm going to point out here, this little guy is a healthy cell culture. Healthy, everything's homogeneous, everything pretty much looks the same, everything's in harmony, great. This is what a damaged cell culture looks like without a strong oxidation defense. So there's blackenings, looks like there aren't any cells there in some areas, and this is essentially what happened minutes after eating a fast food product such as McDonald's. All right, and with a strong oxidation defense, aka antioxidant, you would have something that looks like this, where your cell culture isn't perfect, but it's a lot better than what this is down here. Okay, so let's, next, if I may. So the reason I point this out, what are the building blocks of life? What are the building blocks of our cells? Nutrients, yes, nutrients and vitamins. So we want to, okay, yeah, there we go.
That looks funny.
All right, so I think this picture really speaks to me because, again, we're going back to choices and what do we value. If we value our lives, then we should be valuing what we're putting into our bodies. So healthy choices versus not so healthy choices speaks for itself, right? To be our best and optimal selves and put the best value towards ourselves in terms of health, because this is what we were talking about, you need nutrients. You need the proper vitamins to sustain the best version of your health. If you are choosing to the other side of life, then I mean, you are what you eat, essentially, right?
I like how it shows like the resting on the inside. Just
Yes, they're working so much harder. There's so many more people in there than there is over here. I just noticed that.
Yeah.
So that really spoke to me. So instead of talking about all these problems, because I hate speaking about problems, I like to be very positive, a very positive person. More about solutions, and the solution that we have would be supplementation. It's been around for a while, but not everybody is educated enough to know which route to go with supplementation. I always get people who come up to me and say, "Oh, Criscilla, I'm a really good eater. I can get all of my vitamins and nutrients through my food. I eat completely organic, so I don't need that." I'm like, okay, great, interesting. Could I ask you if? Let me ask you. Well, do you eat 18.5 medium organic oranges just for your daily dose of vitamin C?
No.
I didn't think so, but that's how many oranges you need to eat just to get your daily source of vitamin C. Alex, I know you're vegan, but do you eat 44 large eggs every single day for your vitamin D?
Oh, no.
A day. Woo. A day, okay.
I don't imagine even if I wasn't that I would eat that many.
I love eggs, and I don't even think I could
Maybe
probably
like 3 max.
Yeah. I was a huge egg. Like, I love eggs. You can make them any which way. I could have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and even then, that's what, 3 eggs at a time.
Yeah.
So
Like
9 eggs is like my max.
Yeah.
And even then, so if like these numbers, guys, are impossible to achieve just through food, and everybody knows that today's food is not the same as it was last generation or the generation before or in our great grandparents' generation. It's not the same. The earth is different. The soil is different. The food that's getting here is shipped differently. They're ripening on the plane. It just doesn't make sense, right? And if you were to go this route, you'd have to approximately consume 22,000 calories a day and spend more than $33 a day just to get the same amount of nutrients found in a daily dose of the essentials, which are right there. So we'll talk a little bit more about that in just a little bit. So, why do we choose USANA? This is, the essentials are the flagship product of USANA Health Sciences, which is the company that we have chosen to partner with. Why do we choose USANA?
Well, are all cars made the same?
Are all cars made the same?
Not that well.
Are all clothes made the same? No, you can tell quality versus poor quality, right? So, same thing with supplements. Not all supplements are the same. It's actually a very unregulated industry. So this is, I'm going to tell you why we choose USANA and why 9 million others do as well around the world internationally. So it all started with this sir, glowing in white. His name is Dr. Myron Wentz.
Oh my god, it's chicken.
Yeah. Yeah. Dr. Myron Wentz, he is an amazing person. So I'm going to tell you a little story. Is that okay with everybody?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. So Dr. Myron Wentz, he founded Go Laboratories in 1972. He was in diagnostic research at that time. Just a little background about him. He's got a PhD in microbiology and immunology. So microbiology, the study of cells, immunology, study of immunity. So he started Go Laboratories in 1972 in diagnostics. Is anyone familiar also with the chickenpox?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So it's also a strand of what is called the Epstein-Barr virus. So that includes chickenpox, herpes, and the common cold. He is the doctor who created the test kits for that virus to see if you had this. And it's still actively used in hospitals all around the world today. So he's got that under his belt as well. So yes, going back to the story, in 1972 he started Go Laboratories, where he was in diagnostics. He was trying to study the cells, and in order to study them, he needed them to stay alive longer. So naturally, going back to the building blocks of life, he wanted to add nutrients and vitamins to keep them alive longer. He went to go buy a generic multivitamin and insert it into the petri dish and found that his cells weren't lasting longer. They were actually dying faster. So he was completely outraged with this, and even more outraged with the fact that people are buying these products and putting them inside them. And if they're killing the cells that are right there, imagine what they are doing to real people. So he was completely outraged by this. He then came up with his own formula because he couldn't find anything else out there available to the public. And based on that, he gave birth to USANA Health Sciences in 1992 because that formula that he formed to keep these cells alive inspired him to revolutionize the supplement and vitamin industry because there was nothing even close to what he had come up with. And you can find that the essentials, as mentioned, is that same petri dish that he started with back in 1992 with the original formula hasn't been changed. That cell culture is still alive and thriving today. Woo. Wow. Another thing I want to point out, has anybody heard about the Nobel Peace Prize?
Yeah.
Everybody knows what that is, right? Okay, so the prize after that, the one that people wanted to get originally, is called the Albert Einstein Award. So Dr. Myron Wentz won that award in 2007 for his lifetime achievement with Go Laboratories and USANA Health Sciences. So he holds that as well. So he is, again, he's the founder of USANA Health Sciences. He's a microbiologist, immunologist, philanthropist. So he really cares about people, giving back. And he's written a few books. His son, Apple Doesn't Fall Far from the Tree, Dave Wentz, is the CEO of the company. And together they've made some revolutionary movements, starting with USANA Health Sciences. So we are very proud to stand behind a credible company where, you know, it's not just some Joe Blow who's making vitamins in his little basement there. He's gone above and beyond, and I mean, it just speaks for itself. So thank you, Dr. Myron.
And you want to share the vision?
Yeah, sorry, the vision, most important thing. So his vision is, I dream of a world free from pain and suffering. I dream of a world free from disease. The Busana family will be the healthiest family on earth. Share my vision, live life to its fullest in happiness and in health. So it's really hard to condense all of that in a nutshell. We've put together a little video for you to watch. I'm gonna just lean to the side while that goes on.
I love how you're like taped off.
I'm gonna let you enjoy this lovely video that we've composed for you.
I want to point out that this is Criscilla's second official presentation.
Excellent.
So I just want to give her a round of applause. She's very passionate about sharing education, and thank you for delivering on that. We're going to press play and put this right up. For some reason, my slides are not clicking on the click, so I apologize if we go back and forth, but we're all a good group here, yeah.
I love the song.
Yeah, like,
So everything we do helps you love life and live it. This is something we stand beside, something we stand for, and something we will never, ever back down from. Thank you, team, for filling that in. Took the words right out of my head. Alrighty, so who likes to travel? Woo! I thought so. I thought that would be 100% of the room. So Usana Health Sciences is actually, this slide is a little bit outdated, but we are in 21 countries, international world, and counting. Thank you for that. I stand corrected. Something I really want to point out actually here is, I know you guys saw a lot of awards going on in that video, but 4 things in particular that shows that we really do go above and beyond everything else. So firstly, we are a direct selling company. We are endorsed actually with the DSA stamp of approval that we are a legitimate company and we are publicly traded. FDA is anything that is sold in stores that is consumable needs to have this stamp. So we have invested to have this stamp, or we've been approved to have this stamp. But above the FDA, 2 really important ones that I really want to point out is GMP. What that stamp stands for is good manufacturing practice. This ensures that no human hands have touched the products. Nothing has contaminated the production of making it. So that's what that stamp stands for. And NSF is for food, health and safety practices. So again, something consumable needs to have not just the FDA, but you want to really look out for these stamps because it really speaks about the quality of the product and what's actually in there. It also takes, I mean, it's not cheap to have these stamps. It's a lot of money. It's millions of dollars actually to have. So again, we go very proud about the quality. And next question I would like to ask: does it matter if we?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Great, because we think so too. Dr. Oz, everybody knows Dr. Oz, right?
Yeah.
So he is one of our biggest business partners. We are very proud to stand by him and, you know, have him support and really be a part of this project. He's in a number of lawsuits actually because people are misusing his name. So we honor and we are proud of Dr. Oz as one of our partners. Businesses and other high talk. Sorry. What am I trying to say here? Other partnerships that we've built that we have. Just going to name off a few here: the University of Utah, Boston University, Sydney Health Corps, True Health Sanofi. These are all organizations and corporations that we have also partnered with that have made USANA what it is today. Another thing I want to point out about this slide is a lot of people, yes, we trust friends and family, we get that, but sometimes if you want to take it to a higher authority, you can take this to your doctor. USANA is found in what every doctor's office should have if it's legitimate, the Blue Book, where you can reference the products. So USANA is found in that book.
It's called the
Physician's Desk Preference book.
So
The Blue Book.
This is a question for everybody. Why does it matter who you hang out with? Why does that matter? Because it's very cool that, you know, we've got Dr. Oz, we've got all these partnerships, and that's no easy feat in 21 years. But looking in your own life, like, why does it matter who you hang out with? I mean, remember, go back from when you guys were kids, and let's say there was a bad kid, right? Would your parent be like, oh, yeah, go right ahead and hang out with them?
Yeah.
Or would they be like, oh, don't hang out with that Johnny kid, you know? Or, I don't know, there's something I feel weird about that. Why? Why would we say that?
Because you are who you surround yourself with.
You are who you surround
Exactly.
yourself with, yeah.
And you're the average of, I think, it's the 5 people you surround yourself
You
with.
are the average of the 5.
So you're the average income of those 5 people, and you're just the
Absolutely.
average.
Yeah. So birds of a feather flock together. And on top of that, as human beings, we don't learn from words exchange. Actually, we don't learn like that. We actually learn and develop through imitation and role modeling, right? Like when you're a baby, you have no idea what English is or any language that you were born with, Italian, right? Spanish, right? Like no idea. But as we're watching our parents and we're watching how they behave, we literally copycat everything we do. So the reason why we point this out as well is because, you know, one of the reasons why we stand so proudly beside this company is because we are who we hang out with. And it's really cool to say that, you know, our product line is actually aired on Dr. Oz's show.
Yeah, I totally.
Yeah. Right? And that's okay. Or like my product is backed by a double PhD scientist who, you know, created the Epstein-Barr virus test kit. Like when you had chickenpox, his test kit was what brought you to the doctor's office and said, yep, you have chickenpox. So this is like, I just want you guys to think about it in that sense too, because sometimes we take it for granted. I mean, a lot of us you're like, yeah, that's awesome. But why, right?
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with your own life, right? You are who you surround yourself with. Cool. Very, very good.
Awesome. So yes, as of January 22nd, Dr. Oz has officially announced USANA Health Sciences as the official household product recommended by the Dr. Oz.
Love a little foot.
And he features one of our products every month on air on his show. So we are very, very proud of that. Also, those of you who are looking at business, USANA Health Sciences, like I said before, direct selling company, we are legitimate as well, but we are also publicly traded on the stock market. We actually have a net worth of $1 billion we just hit, $1 billion. And if you are interested in investing, you can find us at USNA. We've been featured in Forbes magazine, Success magazine, and actually Dave Wentz, the CEO of the company, Dr. Mike Wentz's son, was actually featured in Forbes magazine as top entrepreneurs, top 40 entrepreneurs under 40 years old. So,
All right, so we're gonna bring up our second speaker. Let's
Yes.
give another round of applause for Criscilla. Thank you.
This is where I'm gonna hand it off to the lovely Nadia Beja. She is one of our newest members to our Express Success Mastermind team.
Very excited.
It is very exciting. So I will hand it off to you.
Love it.
Okay, I'm gonna stand on this side. Could you see me?
Yes,
Online
I
world,
think
I think they could.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everybody give another round of applause for our Okay, so let's go to the next little slide. So, who here has been to hotels, enjoys hotels? Like everybody pretty much has gone to a hotel before.
Yes.
And okay, who loves one-star hotels? Two hands? No. Nobody? 2-star hotels, still not that great. Like 3-star, like if you're going to Cuba, I wouldn't stay in a 3-star hotel. So the best, 4-star, 5-star, that's ultimately the type of hotels you want to stay with. So there are a lot of vitamins that actually don't even have a 1-star rating. And we have a book, so right here, called the Nutritional Supplements book, which actually lists essentials and supplements and gives them a sort of 1 to 5-star rating along with the percentage. The percentage is sort of how biodegradable they are. Bioavailable, sorry. And what bioavailable means is what percentage of the vitamin your body actually absorbs. So obviously you'd want a very high percentage because that means it's working, it's going in your system, and it's not just flushing out. So I'm just going to sort of take you through a few of these. So let's start off with One A Day. Who here has heard of One A Day? I mean, it's pretty popular. Oh my! It's a pretty popular brand. They have a lot of advertising out there. Like everybody knows One A Day. They know the name. They know the commercials. So One A Day actually has not even 1 star. So it has a 0-star rating. So imagine staying at a 0-star hotel. Like cucarachas everywhere, basically. My non-Spanish self comes out sometimes. So 0 stars, okay? And for bioavailability, it has a 1.9%. So imagine, especially if you come from, like me, I come from a Portuguese background. If I came home with a test that was 1.9% out of 100, I would get a slipper to the butt, a wooden spoon, anything, probably about 2, I don't know. So obviously, and you have to remember, people are actually taking these vitamins, they don't know, they're not educated, they have no knowledge that these are actually probably doing more harm than good. So that's one example. Then we can even look at Centrum, also very, very popular. I'm sure you've all heard of Centrum. And same, Centrum has a 1-star percent out of 5. 1 star. And a 4.7 out of 100. So, that's sort of almost unethical that they're even allowed to sell this. So that really means it's going in and it's going out. So it's not doing anything for you. It's not giving you vitamins. So if your doctor goes to you, okay, you need to take essentials, you need more vitamins. And if somebody goes to the shelf, okay, I'm going to get Centrum, and they're not going to get any better because those vitamins aren't actually doing anything positive inside. And once again, because it's inside you, sometimes you don't really understand, but you wouldn't see a positive effect. And then we have GNC, which is GNC, which is a very popular brand, especially with people who are huge on fitness. It's a very well-known brand. And same GNC, I mean, they're one and only have a 2-star rating. So people don't know this. And then I will go up. So we have New Skin, which is, okay, they have a 4-star rating, but once again, they're only 52.1% bioavailable. So they're sort of also being straight flushed out. And then USANA has a 96.1%. Woo! Pretty awesome! And they have a 5-star rating. Gold star rating. So obviously you can tell the difference in a lot of these. And I mean, once again, people aren't really knowledgeable. They don't know that the pills they're taking are actually doing more harm maybe than any good. And we also actually offer different levels of vitamins. So depending on what stage of life you're in. So if you're a child, if you're a teenager, if you're expecting to give birth, there's different pills. So we have Body Rock, which is for teenagers. So it just gives them the vitamins that group of, let's say, group of development needs. And then we actually also have USANA animals, or
I always say animals.
Always. Youth animals, which is for younger kids who, once again, they're at a different stage in life, so what they require to develop is different from what myself or you require, right? So, and then what we also have a line for people, like I said, for pregnancy. Once again, pregnant women require different vitamins, different nutrients, and that's what it offers to them.
So, obviously, because we love USANA, we're biased, so that's why our source of information is a third-party source. It's important to make sure that, you know, who's giving this information, right? It's so easy to go on Google and go to Wikipedia, and then like someone who's like sitting in their chair all day long just coming up with reviews. No, like it's actually, this is science-based. It rates over 1,600 different products, and the founder of that nutritional supplements guide is Lyle McWilliam. You can look him up as well. He's a former Canadian member of Parliament. And the book there as well is also available at Amazon, Chapters, Indigo. We put this out there touching on, which, you know, we're very light, we're very humorous. But at the end of the day, like my mom went to the doctor and was told just to take any vitamin and was taking a Kirkland. And you're going to see on the next slide something that might be a little shocking. Okay? Because pretty much everybody knows now that supplementation is one of the routes to go to get what you need because food's just not giving it. But what are we putting in our bodies? Yeah. So I want to give Nadia a round of applause. So literally you joined our Freedom Project how many weeks ago?
Maybe 3.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm not sure.
Almost 4 weeks ago.
I think almost 4 weeks around there. Yeah.
Love it. And so you have a pretty busy day job, and you're also pretty active outside of work.
Yes.
So how are the vitamins working for you?
Oh, amazing. So I started taking them like about, I guess, a month ago now. And I do see a complete difference in my energy levels and just the way I feel. And we also have a food line, so I eat the protein bars. And I was like, you know, I'm in the office all day, so I have a 9-to-5 job. And I was pretty much starving all the time, you know, like bump into her, like, oh, I'm so hungry. And now, like, I'll have my little snacks in between, and they do have quite a bit of protein, so it helps me, like, sustain. So I'm not starving anymore.
She replaced her junk drawer with the new sauna drawer.
Yeah, like, pretty much, like, I would go to Shoppers and buy, like, a rack load of granola bars and whatever, like, you know, refined sugar goodies. And I started taking eating all the protein bars, and yeah, such a difference. Yeah, and I'm eating healthy things versus the crap that I was eating before.
Yeah.
So
we're going to bring up our next speaker.
Yes.
You want to introduce?
So I'm going to bring up the lovely Stacy. She's a life architect, a doll of a lady, another rock star, of course. So yeah, so she will introduce the next slide. Thank you so much.
Okay. Here we have the apple test. If I may ask, what do you think when you cut it open? What happens when you cut an apple open? I don't know. It changes colors. It gets more brown.
Yeah.
Does anyone know what this process is called?
Oxidization.
Oxidization. It's a natural process, and it happens inside of our body. Of course, we used apples for this demonstration because, I mean, we're not going to cut open a human body and demonstrate this. The apple is as gruesome as it gets around here. So, here we have lined up is water. We got some GNC, the Kirkland that we spoke of, USANA down the center. Now, these are just freshly cut apples. They look as they should. So what do we think should happen when we add an antioxidant to it? You would think that they would thrive. You would think
They wouldn't brown.
They wouldn't brown. They should.
Yeah,
They should
shade on the process. They should be almost glowing.
Absolutely.
They should look at least the same.
Yeah,
At
The same or better.
Yeah, absolutely. So if I may, adding an antioxidant, showing up here, natural process of water. It's, you know, getting a little brown. GNC, all these products, it's so disappointing to me. I'm appalled because people are buying these products. People are putting this into your body. If this is happening to an apple, what's going on inside your body? We got Centrum here. This is like a generic, like, Shoppers Drug Mart brand. Browning, one a day looks like it's molding. Kirkland here, black. GNC is like disappearing. I don't want to disappear. So I want to point out to you, USANA, it is doing what it's supposed to do, what we initially said. It should be thriving, it should be glowing, it should be living. And USANA, I'm so proud to stand by this product. And when I first came down with this presentation, I watched this. I looked at this and I was like, wow. Because I used to take a generic Shoppers Drug Mart brand myself, and like I said, right through you, right through you. Now I'm actually feeling the difference. I've been with USANA for about 3 months now, and I'm feeling the products. I used to have really bad skin. My skin's clearing up. I'm more energized. I'm feeling it. I'm really feeling it. And I'm so proud.
Do you remember when you first?
Great.
Thank you.
Super shiny hair.
I used to buy them because they're on sale.
Yeah, I mean, I just bought it because it was a nice pink, you know, cute little. And that's what people usually do. They'll go to the store, they'll walk around, they'll like look at Shoppers Drug Mart, which one should I get? Oh, that one has a pretty label. You'll pick it up. That's what females usually shop. Oh, it's pretty, you know, take it home. You think it's doing it for you? It's just a placebo effect, if anything. So to see the results here, and go ahead, do it at home. We've tried it. Haven't you tried it, Melissa?
Yep. If you go past the 3-day mark, specifically the center and the Kirkland start to stink.
Yep.
So make sure you do it through like close by to like a window.
Yeah.
I did not. So I think that this, again, some of us love the facts and numbers. I'm a very visual person. In fact, we have a very artistic crew here. So I'm sure a lot of us are a lot more visual. I want to say thank you to Stacey, because you know what? This is something that you got to sometimes see it before you believe it. And again, why do we even bother taking these anyways? Well, we're told by our doctors to take something, and yet the doctors aren't actually educated as to what's the product of it, because they don't care. They're recommending drugs, and so they just say, well, just take any vitamin. So we don't really know. So when my mom was taking Kirkland, and I saw this, and I was wondering, my mom keeps complaining about headaches. She keeps complaining that she's not getting any better, right? Thinking why? She's doing everything the doctor said. So when I saw that, I know she got mad at me, but I went into the cupboards and I just was like, garbage. I was like, my mother's not taking this garbage anymore. I just got outraged, you know, and I'm not suggesting that everyone go crazy like I did.
Your mother's right now.
But, you know, at the end of the day, it's like, it depends on what you value, right? At the very beginning of the presentation, they asked you, what do you value? For us, we value health. And this is the vehicle that we're coming in, right? If I have a pile of cash in the bank and I'm in my deathbed, it doesn't matter, right? So
Definitely quality over quantity in this case. Like Kirkland for how little, and then
this
is what we're getting.
I was for 20 something.
Wow.
Well, you pay for what you get for it.
Yeah.
You know, and what was the one of their calcium?
Oh.
That's
So-
their.
go ahead.
That's what their calcium actually is derived from seashells.
So
it actually-
seashells.
So they almost pasteurize the seashells, which do have a form of calcium, but it's not a form of calcium that's actually recognized by the body. So once again, it's probably going to harm to your body because that's like an unrecognized thing, and that's where they get their protein from.
Don't
need their calcium.
seashells.
Yeah. I mean, last time I checked, humans don't eat seashells.
No.
And the reason they sell for so cheap is because you can find seashells literally at any beach. Like, you know, the gallons, if you want to go beach seashell picking, I've done it, there's tons. So that's sort of like, you know, they sell for so cheap because they're using seashells, which are available everywhere. But in the end,
Actually, it's harmful, like you're saying. Like they actually get their ligaments and soft tissues, and it calcifies them, make it hard.
And that's detrimental, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot. Who here is passionate about feeling good?
Every day.
Every day, okay. Who here is passionate about at least doing the bare minimum to feel good?
oh yeah.
Okay, so that's why we're talking about, you know, the building blocks of life. That's why we're passionate about this product line, because again, at the end of the day, the easiest thing that you can do is at least give your body the building block, at least. And if you are going to choose the building block, choose the best. Choose the best. Right? If you think of yourself highly, you're going to choose the best. If you don't think of yourself highly, you'll probably take nothing at all. And you're not brought here tonight though because you think low of yourself. Someone cared very much about you, and that's why they brought you here, to educate you, inspire you, you know, and to connect with you. You know? So what we're going to do now is transition to the latter part of the first component here. But what we also want to do is be mindful of time. Okay, so it's 8:22, and Criscilla, we're going to take it home for the second part of this presentation. I don't know who. You guys tell me.
What?
Oh, nice.
Back to your round of applause.
Back to
Yeah,
that.
so I'll try to move a little bit faster.
Go for it.
So these are just, this is the product line that's actually referring to. So some like my favorite is the Peanutty Bliss. The fun is amazing. Also the floor. Oh yeah, so yeah, these are some of the boxes. So I have these, actually I usually eat one between like breakfast and lunch. And then at the end of the day, I'll have my protein shake. And also the products are amazing. They taste amazing. So yeah, awesome, awesome products. We also have what we call the reset kit. So if you're looking to sort of jumpstart your let's say your health journey, the reset kit is awesome, and also you basically get to sample all the products. So you get shakes, you get the snacks, you get the vitamins, the health pack, which is your essential nutrients, calcium, antioxidants, and with that you taste everything and you just sort of jumpstart your health.
Love it.
And we are like a lot of celebrities also use USANA. Everybody knows Kim Kardashian, the Kardashians, so she actually uses USANA. I mean, that's just one example, but there's a crap load of them that actually use our product. Yeah. Okay, so I want to show you some before and after. So these two lovely ladies, they were looking to sort of start a health journey. They wanted to be healthier. They felt like they could be a better version of themselves. And neither of them were really into exercise. They just wanted to, lose a few pounds, get a bit fitter. And so they sort of started taking the USANA product, the vitamins and nutrients. And so this lovely lady, from a size 7 to size 2, and you can see she's glowing, she's happy, she's smiling. Then we have her, so she was a size 12, and she went down to a size 0.
She's a mother.
Sorry?
She's a mother.
Yes, and she's a mother. So don't say you don't have time to take care of your health. And she, once again, was not into fitness whatsoever. And, she had all this energy all of a sudden, this surge of energy. She felt more alive. And she actually started working out more. And she did, I think it was her first 5K or 10K? 5K run. And
Part of our California team.
yeah, so part of the California team. And, they did that from I think they started on the Reset Pack as well. And then here, we have Big Will and Michael Calles. So they're best friends, these two gentlemen. And Mike was sort of tired of always hearing Will complain. He'd complain about his health. He'd complain about his weight. He'd complain about his work. He had, at the time, like 3 part-time jobs. So he was juggling a lot, and he wasn't happy. So he had, complain. And Mike Calles, who is a USANA representative, was sort of like, okay, I'm tired of complaining, what changed? Stop just talking about it. So he's like, try the vitamins, get fit, let's do this. So Big Will soon became Little Will. Michael Calles, he's not too much into fitness, but obviously you could tell his skin looks like it's glowing, he's happy. He did actually lose a little bit of weight also. And our lovely Will here, so he went down from having 3 part-time jobs. He started a USANA business, and he was also always very passionate about basketball. He loved basketball. Always complained that he had no time to play. And after starting his USANA business, he actually opened a foundation that helps obese children, and they play basketball. So it's a sports foundation, and he was able to start that. And yeah, no worries. Background. That's
very alive.
Very timing. Yeah. And here, so these are just some of the other products that we have. So in addition to your essential nutrients and vitamins, we have optimizers. So if you have a problem with vision, we have, what is it called again?
Vision X.
Vision X. And then we have Proseca if you have any problems with your joints. A lot of athletes take that product. So there's something for everybody pretty much. And I don't know if anyone here really loves energy drinks. Do you have any energy drinkers?
I used to be a rever.
Yeah.
I used to be a
Red Buller. So Red Bull has wings, yes, and a lot of sugar. So that's one little can of Red Bull. They're really skinny cans, has 9 grams of sugar. I mean, sure, you'll be on an energy rush, but you will drop fast. And I'm speaking from university. It was Red Bulls all the time, and then I would crash. Come end of day, I was done. And Rockstar has 13 grams of sugar. Teaspoons. Wow. Teaspoons of sugar. And Monster has 15. So once again, when there's such a high amount of sugar, you go up and you will crash. And this is a skincare line. So basically, I like to say, if you have skin, this line is for you. And everything's actually edible. You can eat it if you want to. I mean, she tried it, and it tastes like flour. So there's no chemicals in the products. They're paraben-free, and it's using a patent self-preservative technology. And yeah, like I say, usually on a lot of shampoos you buy and body washes, etc., it says on the bottle, don't put it in your eyes because it might burn, which is a little bit weird because, if you're putting it on your skin, anything that's going on your skin is ultimately going into your body. So if I can't have it in my eye, why am I? This seems a little bit weird. Like on my skin, like the skin is your biggest organ, pretty much. It's your, it's everywhere. You absorb air, you absorb lotions, shampoo, perfume. So this is just paraben-free. It makes your hair glow. It smells beautiful. And if you were really hungry and had nothing else, hey, you could if you really wanted to.
A lot of point, Doug, here. Now you're doing a fabulous job and really keeping it super entertaining as well. This is very crucial, actually, because there's a lot of people who develop allergies over time and they don't know why. Okay, so it's not just from the food; it's what you're putting on your skin. And so men too also develop allergies and have like a lot of different things with around the razor, like razor burn and whatnot. So we don't think about this because again, you don't notice. You just put right? You just put everything on your skin and you don't even notice. And so it's a little contradictory to say, oh, I care about what I put in my body, but on top of my body, no big deal. So that's why this line is very powerful. It took 11 years to create this line. And it's the same vitamins that are in our essentials. They've actually just created it into a formula that you put on your skin. And it smells good. Yeah, so if anyone wants to smell it, it's in my bag.
Actually, a lot of the men use the, what's that bottle, the cleansing?
The toner?
Is it toner?
Which one?
I think it's the cleanser that they use.
The gentle cleanser.
For
pump
shaving.
bottle?
Yeah, they use it for shaving.
Oh, okay.
And the chemicals are, again, they're put out there. We just get really passionate about knowing what's in our stuff and what we're putting on our skin and whatnot. You can go on Google and find out yourself. But like the chemicals, the reason why there's so much chemicals in it though is to keep it on the shelves longer. Right? So if it's staying on the shelf that long, again, if it's like a food product, right? Something's not right.
Something's up there.
So you just think about that and think about your skin in terms of like the largest organ.
Yeah. Okay. And what is also amazing about USANA is usually, when people are starting health journeys, like it's typically thought of as something quite difficult to do. All these products, blah, blah, blah. And they make it really easy because you could start off by doing a health assessment. So it sort of just looks at your lifestyle. It's a quick little assessment. It takes 10 to 15 minutes. And you go through that. It'll give you recommendations depending on your specific lifestyle. So everybody has different recommendations. Then step 2, you do your order, and bam, it comes straight to your door. It's like Christmas every month. I got mine yesterday, actually, so I was very excited. I was running out of stuff. And also, if you do auto order, you get to save 20 to 25%. So all auto order means is you sign up to get your shipment every month. And yeah, it's on your front door, like Christmas. We do also a lot of athletes. Well, let me ask you a question first. So who here has a legal team who's watching everything you eat and everything you do? Yeah. Anybody? Yeah. No? And a team who personal trainers, once again, who are watching what you eat, watching what you do. So athletes do obviously have all that, legal teams, personal trainers. They have huge teams that literally watch everything that enters their body because that's their life. Like they need to be healthy. And all these athletes, they're actually only allowed to take USANA products. If we go to the next slide. So something that I also really love is the Women's Tennis Association. So they're partnered with USANA, and once again, their athletes are recommended to only take USANA products. And we actually have what would you call it, a legal sort of agreement? Guarantee. Yes, a guarantee with all the athletes that when they go to do their tests, if any illegal substances are found because of, let's say, USANA, they would pay out, I think it's like about $1 million to that association or team. And I could probably say we haven't paid anything out ever before in the 22 years.
Woohoo!
So, that just goes to show, it's a trusted product with all the athletes. And it speaks for itself pretty much.
For itself.
Your brain rights.
Oh.
Right there.
I felt like a right movie.
So
So
right.
good. So good. And I want to give a very special round of applause for these lovely ladies. Because our intention tonight was to really share with you, share our passion, share what we care about, share what is important, right? Because at the end of the day, we can go on and on and on about all the things that you can do, which are fluff in the sky. But if you can do what it takes to get the building blocks of life, then you're already like miles and miles ahead, not just for yourself, but people that you care about. Okay. So everything we do helps you love life and live it. Can you see that already in terms of the health component? Can you guys see that?
Yes.
Did I hear a hell yeah?
Hell
yeah! That's what I thought. All right. So now my favorite part. Hello. Thank you, vitamins. My presentation, because I love my health. I absolutely am a product of the product as well. Over the last 6 years, I've shed off 37 pounds. Thank you very much. I'm only 5'2" without the heels. So when a woman of my stature, when we gain weight, I don't know if anyone feels this as well, you literally can't hide it anywhere. I have nowhere to put it. So I will say I suffered from major anxiety of my own self-esteem, my own self-confidence. You probably never know that now because you're like, oh, Melissa, you're so out there. Yes, I'm out there because I'm self-confident now. I cannot accurately say that from even 7, 8 years ago. So my health transformation has been highly assisted by USANA. Never felt better, never had, now I actually don't have any allergies as well, which is really, really powerful. This is something that is huge. I used to think it was normal to have allergies. I thought that that's what I was going to be plagued with my whole life. I thought it was normal to not sleep more than 4 hours a night because I was tossing and turning because of my itchy skin and eczema. Okay, I thought it was normal to not go to the bathroom more than once every other day. Okay, personal information, yes. Very personal, right? But this is the thing. We told you guys that it was going to be something that's close to all of us. We don't often talk about these things, and then we think it's normal because it's what you go through, so it's normal, right? But actually, like, optimal health is actually something that people are literally sacrificing because of other things in life that seem to be more important. But we believe that there is nothing else more important than, number one, the foundation of life, which is your health. Right? So that's why we partner with USANA, because at the very least, the worst thing that's going to happen is you're going to get ridiculously healthy. And now my favorite part of the presentation, which is talking about finances. So who here is absolutely in love with their financial situation? Okay, all right, cool.
We have some last
And who here, I was going to say, right? Who here is okay and totally open to just, we can be honest with each other tonight. Closed room, it stays, whatever goes on here. 2 hands. Yes. Okay, cool. So I will do the same. I will give you guys the same respect to be open, to be honest, to be really just forthcoming. Okay. So if the slides don't work, just press escape and you can go through the slides that way. Okay, Criscilla?
Margarita, can you see?
You're okay? Yeah. You're good? Okay, so I'll come up through here. So let's talk finances. Now, I love this quote. It's by someone unknown. I don't know who said this, but it's crazy that some people feel that 2 to 5 years in a business is a long time to get rich, but don't feel that 40 years at a job is a long time to stay broke. Interesting, right? Food for thought. Snap a photo if you like. Think about it. So, hashtag thoughts. I really am somebody who believed this even growing up. I believed that 2 to 5 years wasn't a long time. But I didn't know that some systems lead to freedom and some systems don't. I didn't know that. Right? I watched my mom work really hard. She's an immigrant from China. My dad's an immigrant from Portugal, right? They came here. My dad's like, you gotta work with your hands, right? You want to get it done, do it yourself. Can't trust nobody. I'm like, okay, Dad, all right. So then I got that instilled in me. My mom too. You want to do something? Just go after it. Go. And that's exactly what I did. I went, but sometimes not thinking about what am I in? What am I working on? Where is this going to lead me? Right? It's a very popular prophetic saying, basically saying, where there is no vision, the people will perish. Okay? In a job scenario, there's often no vision. Because why did we go into the job in the first place? To pay bills, to get money here, right? And bills are residual, yes or no? Yeah. Whether you're making money or not, the bills still keep coming, right? Okay. But what happens if you don't go to your job? You still get paid? No. So it's sort of time to start looking at your income and looking at residual income, because we have residual bills, but not everyone has residual income. Does this make sense? Yeah. Okay. So that's why we're going to talk about the finances. And again, if at any point you feel like maybe some of us are trying to sell you something, we're not trying to sell you anything. We're just trying to open your minds. And if you happen to be persuaded, awesome. If not, at least take this information and share it with someone you care about. Because our goal here is to be the change that we want to see in the world. Is everyone okay with that?
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. Sometimes I dance, not apologizing. All right, here we go. So USANA is the best home-based business with solution-oriented possibilities. Okay. Now, why do we say business and why do we say solutions? Because again, most people don't realize that in the job situation, they're an employee. And as an employee, you get automatically taxed, right? Doesn't matter, what situation you get taxed. Taxes are okay. We're not knocking taxes. We want to be very good taxpayers. However, as an entrepreneur, you automatically get benefits that employees don't get. Okay, so has anyone here ever started a business before? Cool, okay. So some of us, yeah, I know you guys have. You've been part of the team, right? So for those of us who haven't, there's going to be a few things that you want to look for when you're looking at what kind of company do you want to start. So the next $1 trillion industries are two. The technology industry, right? We can all see it with Apple and with the phones and all that big stuff technology-wise. That's not going anywhere anytime fast. But does anyone know what the next $1 trillion industry is? Anyone? What our guess? Yeah, it's the wellness industry. Okay, because we are getting sicker. As we get smarter, as we try to do things faster, we get sicker.
It's actually not even funny.
I know, we're laughing
because
yeah.
it's
Yeah, and it's
sadly true.
It's sadly true, right? And so we're at the forefront of the next $1 trillion industry, and you guys are taking part of that by being here. But you guys can also be the change that you want to see as well, because it's actually unacceptable. Whatever you do in your life is your legacy. That's what you pass on. So when we look at what is the best, what's the best out there, we've done a lot of research, and we've actually found that year after year, in 21 years and plus, USANA is an award-winning company. We were rated one of the most powerful CEOs 40 under 40. So an incredible guy, Dave Wentz, the son of Dr. Myron Wentz, right? He's really driving this company forward. That's why we are a $1 billion worth company. Rated, Outside Magazine, Best Places to Work, the Albert Einstein Award, the New York Best Time Seller for our Healthy Home book. Right? There's so many things to rave and on about USANA, and that's something that you want. It's the same thing when you bring home a significant other home, right? A special man or a special woman. You don't want to just look at your parents and say, yeah, he's got a job. No, you want to be like, right? It's like, he speaks 4 languages, he's a sad, and he loves me, and he's spiritual, and he's artistic. You want to go on and on and on, yes or no, right? So with our company, it's the same thing, right? We can go on and on and on about just how pristine this project is for us and why it's one of the best home-based businesses, if not the best, right? And it's not just from our words. There's third-party people that are saying so as well. So on the next slide, if I can, okay, I want to ask you, is this you right now? Are you a project manager, a blue-collar professional, a white-collar professional, a chef, a customer service rep, a banking professional, health practitioner? Are any of these titles you? And if that is you, then you're a taxpayer. Awesome. Awesome. Would you like to know how to save $3,000 in your taxes this year? No, right? Would you like to know? Would you like to know? Or even if you are self-employed or doing contract work, would you like to know how to make sure to keep more of your money versus giving it away? Yeah. Yes?
Yes.
Are we not excited about saving money? Right? So one of the things that we're seeing here is that this is the majority of population. This is about 82% of the population in North America, okay? And the reason why we bring this to the forefront is because we'd like to have you save more of your tax money. But as an employee, you don't get the same perks and benefits as an entrepreneur. Now, does everybody get really excited about all the risk involved in becoming an entrepreneur? Starting a business, lots of risk and overhead. Anyone excited about that? No? I was, at least. Like 8 years ago, and I didn't know any better, right? I just was like, let's pour the money into the business, right? Here's the thing. A home-based business lets you live your life, do what you already do, and get paid back for it. Because things like your mortgage, your rent, your cell phone bill, groceries sometimes, right? Those become write-offs. Because in a home-based business, the natural assumption is that between year 0 and year 5, you're running and operating a business from home. So then your home becomes an entire write-off, essentially. And if you're also driving between different locations, part of your car, right? You don't get those automatic perks as an employee. And thank God for employees. We need you guys. We need me. But we also want you to get more of your money back. Would you be okay with that?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah?
Yes.
Let's show me some teeth if you're okay with that. Okay, thank you. Very good. Very, very good. Now, I get excited because I used to work for TD Canada Trust. I was an award-winning salesperson there. I was making some good money. And I get so excited. And then I'd look at my paycheck and say something doesn't match. And I remember being so young. I was 19. And I'm like, I went to my manager. She probably, bless her, saying that's what she's probably saying to me. Oh, bless her. She has no idea. I went to my manager and said, excuse me, but there's something wrong with my paycheck. And they're like, what do you mean? I said, it's less. And I had no idea. I did not understand the concept of tax. I didn't. And I was also going to business school. Thank God I finally went there to learn about it. But I was so appalled. I was like, I don't like no, like I'm missing like $400 or $500. And they're like, oh honey, no, like this is, you see EI, you see this text, you see. I'm like, I don't like that. No. And I was so upset. And I remember going home thinking, how am I gonna make more money? Like I have to make that back. Can I steal this? No, I can't steal it. Can I work more? I don't know if I can work. So I was just going through my head wondering. And so we're not taught this even in business school. We're not taught how to save money on our taxes. We're not taught why? Because that's not the system. That makes sense. Okay. So if that's you, millions of taxpayers. So we're going to bring this back around to the beginning of the presentation. We asked you, what do you value? Whatever you value is currently apparent in the choices you're making today. Okay, and we're just bringing this to the forefront again. Whatever you value is currently evident and apparent in the choices that you're making today. And you're literally creating your future based on the choices of today. Okay, so that's okay. You can just leave it at this. It's all good, right? Do you value time freedom? Right? Could you actually imagine waking up at the 10 a.m., let's say, make your coffee, right? Make a nice organic breakfast. Tell your personal assistant, go do my laundry, go do my this, right? Thank you so much, right? Go walk my dogs, right? Call your significant other and say, don't worry, I'll be home when you're home. Cool, that's good. Oh, you're off too? Cool. 3 p.m., go out for a nice brunch. Can you imagine these types of things? Right? And then, oh, I feel like we're working. Okay, between 7 and 9 I'll work. That's when I'm perky. Okay, let's go to a movie now. Oh, you know what? Tomorrow morning we're just going to hop on our private jet and go to Milan. Like, can you imagine these things? That's time freedom. But when you're in the system of working 9 to 5, again, nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you're in that system, then that doesn't often correlate to some of these values.
And I could attest, yesterday I could not work, so I decided that I'll take the day off. And I worked on Saturday and Sunday, but yesterday was Monday, and I was able to take the day off because of the time freedom.
That's nice, right? So
Yeah.
here's the thing. Sometimes we don't thank you so much, Kruti. And Kruti, you're actually as official as of today, really, right? So I want to give you a round of applause for choosing what you value. Right? So get it. Okay, and we also look at, right, whatever you're doing today, it's going to create some kind of result. So if you value these things, you just have to look at whatever I'm doing today, does it lead me to what I actually want, to what I value? Okay? Because most of us are living a life by default, not by design. And again, we're standing here not because we're like, oh, drink the Kool-Aid. No, don't drink the Kool-Aid if you don't want to. Right? But we're just offering you a new set of ideas that maybe you haven't considered before. And I remember wondering when I was 18, so I've been an entrepreneur for 11 years now, but when I was 18 and 19, I was like, oh man, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And I didn't know that working 4 jobs at the same time wasn't time freedom and it was getting me nowhere fast. I didn't know that. Nobody told me.
That was me too.
Yeah,
That was on me since I was like in grade 10
exactly.
or 9.
Because you think if you work more,
Yeah.
you're going to get more money, and then you have all this time freedom, you're going to do all this stuff, and actually no. Your money's less because of the taxation, your time is less, and then when you're actually off, you're exhausted.
So you're just
Right? So you're going to stay home, and people calling you, I'm like, don't leave me alone. And I'm like, wait, I made all this extra money to spend it with my friends and family, and yet I'm too tired, right? I'm gaining weight. I'm getting sick all the time. I don't understand. I feel horrible. So something has to change. Okay. So when we look at what you value, that's how we're bringing this to the forefront. Can you just press down? Yeah. Okay. We said to you at the very beginning, we're going to show you how to save $3,000. Now, because on the finance side, and USANA is a home-based business, we don't just have amazing cutting-edge products, but the same products that let's say you were to invest in as the business, become your write-offs. And if you are in a job scenario, you can actually get $3,000 of your tax money back this year. And we'll show you how to do that. You just collect your receipts, bring it to your accountant, okay? But Sandy Botkin, if you also want to snap a photo of this is a really good book. So if you are looking to learn about other ways to lower your taxes, not just through home-based business, but also other ways to really expand your knowledge, get into reading books like this. Sandy Botkin is a former CPA and founder of TRI. Really, really powerful guy who knows his stuff when it comes to taxes. And so he compiled a book that really puts everything into perspective and summarizes everything for you. Okay, so don't just take my word for it. You can get that also on Amazon, Chapters Indigo. Okay. This is probably my favorite part. And I wish that my slideshow was working, but you're going to see the pictures right away. So it's all good. Okay, so in the traditional plan, of working. Okay, it's 50 hours per week. Why? 37 plus overtime, essentially. Okay, and over 50 weeks per year. Why? Because in North America, we get 2 very generous weeks of vacation, right? Not so generous, according to some. But really what that means is 2,500 hours per year is your work capacity. Okay, so in that work capacity over a career span of about 40 years, that means your work capacity is how much? 100,000 hours. Now, who here has heard the term work smarter, not harder? Who here's heard that before? Yeah? Okay. So this is a work hard traditional plan. And there's nothing wrong with that plan because depending on what you value, most people will stay there. If you value security, if you value being told what to do, how to do it, and when you can take vacation, stay there. Cool. But it's also a very boring lifestyle, and most people don't fulfill themselves, right? We said I could be honest, right?
Yes.
So I remember doing really well at the bank even. I was on a very good pathway, but in this plan, I couldn't get ahead. Like if I wanted to buy a house, if I wanted to get a car, if I wanted to go vacations, every month, I couldn't do it. Not on that plan. But your plan is in hours. Now, what if you started your own freedom project, like many of these people here, and you dedicated minimum 10 hours per week, right? 2 hours per day or an hour and a half a day. Okay, that's basically what most of us spend on Facebook. But it's true, it happens. Those are stats. I'm not making that up. You can just go online, find the stats there. But 10 hours per week, and let's say over a 2-year time, 100 team members. That's 1,000 hours per week of not just you putting effort forward, it's you and your team. That 100 weeks is essentially 2 years, still with those 2 weeks vacation, so that didn't change. But look at the equivalency. Okay. Working harder, working smarter. Why? There's a very popular saying by, I believe it's Stephen Covey. Okay, he's a RIP as well, popular author who wrote the book, The 7 Effective Habits of People, Successful People. You guys have heard of that book before? Okay, this is 7 Effective Habits? Okay. So he said, I would rather have the work capacity 1% of 100 people versus 100% of myself. Right? Think about even organizations and corporations. Right? That's how they get so much done. Think about Oprah. She's no different than you and I. She has 24 hours like me and Nadia, 24 hours like me and Will, like me and Margarita, right? But what does she have that we don't have? She's got a team. She's got a team. Okay, so this is what's really cool. We've got a team here too. And the idea is that you're going to save yourself a lot of time. Leverage is what this plan is. Traditional plan is you working by yourself, and leverage plan is working with a team. Does this make sense?
Yes.
Are you guys even a little inspired? Talking to
Yes.
Good. Shake it up a little bit. Shake it up in your chair. Shake it up just a little bit. Okay. Here's the $1 million question though. What would you do with 38 extra years, people? That's really the question. What wouldn't you do, right? But what would you do with 38 extra years? And then on top of that, every year getting back even $3,000 from your taxes alone. Eventually, when you start moving towards this plan as well, you're going to pay less taxes just because of the way you earn your income. It's really cool. Really, really cool. So how do we do this? How do you get your team? How do you actually share USANA? How do you get people involved in the ideas that you are wanting to become, that you're wanting to share with people you care about, right? Well, everybody has access to the internet nowadays, and how do they have access to that? Cell phones, laptops, right? Pretty much everyone is carrying around the World Wide Web in their pocket. Billions of people in their pocket. Okay? I'm being serious. Like, that's actually the truth. You have access to billions of people in your pocket all day long. And what's really cool is that because most businesses spend the majority of their profits on what? Marketing. How can you find marketing at the cheapest available route? Well, nowadays with social media, as long as you have internet connection on your phone, you have access to billions of people. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, and USANA is also accredited a lot for, they have some really good marketing teams that help us with all of our images, that help us with all of our stuff. So we don't have to reinvent the wheel. We just do what we do best, which is talk with people, enjoy the benefits of the product, tell people here, as you guys can see. We share it, right? And we can also share via social media. Look at that, 100,000 tweets sent every single minute. People are online these days, and look at how you guys currently purchase. Right? Do you go through newspapers and find out the latest deal? Or do you just tell your friend, being like, hey, I'm looking for boots. Where'd you get yours? You know what I mean? Like, oh, that's a cool phone, iPhone 6. You see, like that's how we buy these days. Word of mouth, right? Word of mouth. And you saw it.
Same with movies, same with restaurants. Now
Makeup.
everyone's, taking pictures of themselves and
You're not
posting
even
it
paid
here.
for that.
You're not paid for that, right? But when you saw it, because it's a home-based business and it's word-of-mouth marketing, you can actually start getting paid from doing what you do best, which is living. And if you do value living and being the best version of yourself, this is easy, right? And I'm sure that most of us know somebody who wants to lose a few pounds, who wants to have awesome radiant skin, who wants to have shiny hair, who wants to save $3,000 in taxes, who also wants to get more freedom in their life, yes or no?
Yes.
That's what I thought. All right, cool. So on the next one here, did that go one more? Okay, cool. Very last part here, again, because I am very, very passionate about business, I could go on and on about the stats and the economics. I won't do that to you. I'm not gonna do that to you tonight. I can direct you to some more information, but I will show you this. The difference between residual income and linear income. Okay? In linear income, it is essentially this. You start to rise, you hit a peak, you start to realize that if I only stay at my job for another 20 years, then I might make another 5K, 10K, right? If I stay there. So then you switch jobs. But what happens when you switch jobs over time? The money stops, right? And it's at up, down, and it's pretty much at a very static level of growth. With residual income, when you're attaching yourself to a product, a service, or a business that has this type of product line where your people are ordering over and over again, it's not attached to your time anymore. Okay, so when you have an online website, for example, and someone in UK or in Australia, they're on opposite time. While you're sleeping, someone's buying from your website. Time attached to that or not? Yes or no? No. Did you get paid from that sale?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, and so could you imagine having like your very own Amazon of really awesome health products that are backed by Dr. Oz? People are enjoying them all over the world in 21 countries. Can you imagine that? Having your site up and running, and you're just doing your thing, tweeting here and there, whichever people are buying. What happens to your income? Over time, your income increases without your time being invested. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's why we want to illustrate this, because some people are actually they've never even been taught what residual income is. Now, if you're in the music industry, some of you also might know about royalties, for example, or in the movie industry, right? Some of the movie industry, an actor, a group of actors, directors, producers, or producers of music, they'll get together, create a project, and they create what? A movie or a DVD or a CD, right? Or MP3 now. Okay? And then they're done working. Project's done. Does this make sense? Project done, and it keeps selling over and over again. But they don't invest any more time in that. That's the same idea with a home-based business, specifically in the health and wellness industry. Because how often do you have to eat, guys?
At least 3 times a day.
At least 3 times a day,
Usually
every
6.
day.
Usually 6.
Invested in their health, are they there or are they buying every single month? They're buying every single month, right? That's the truth. You have to eat every day, so you're going to be reordering. Now, that's why we say this next revolution, the health and wellness revolution. There are people every single day looking for solutions, and they don't know where to find it. So they just stay in their circle. It's a vicious cycle. Then people like us come in, we post our awesome shake, we post our awesome hair, we're like, oh, wow. You know, the other day, actually, I was at a cafe, someone said, you have amazing hair. I said, thank you. She's like, what do you do to get that? And I said, it's a combination of Biomega, of my protein, and my vitamins, and I take it every day. And she's like, I want some. And I'm like, what's your name again? Right? It was so amazing. I'm like, that's you become the product of the product. That's just in real life scenario. You know, people see online. So I just want to point out that there's this massive opportunity that allows you to take advantage of things that are happening with or without you. Okay, so are people buying online? Yes or no?
Yes.
Are people online pretty much all the time?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Are people wanting to lose a few pounds, getting healthier, feel better? People don't ever say, I want to be disease free. No one really says that ever, okay? Unless they get to that death point, right? That's not what they're saying. But they are saying on the other side, like, I'm like, you're doing good. I was gonna say, like, I remember my mom said that, right? But it's different stages. Our stage is not there. So that's why we want to put this out there and want to ask you, what would you do? You know, what could you benefit from if you had this kind of vehicle in your back pocket? Literally in your back pocket. Right? What's possible for you? Margarita, what's possible for you? You're like a lot, actually.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. And that's why I want to put this out there. Okay, because a lot of us We like the ideas of it, we just don't know how. So that's why you're here as well, to learn about how. So on the next slide, if I can, this is where we're looking at the bonus. Okay, majority of the room, every time we present this, pretty much everyone says, yeah, I love the products, I'm going to start my products for me. But not everybody is so keen on the Freedom Project, at least not at first. And we'll tell you why. You guys want to know why?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So on the next slide, if I can. Okay, I'll tell you why. Because this scares people. Because they've never seen numbers like this. They didn't know this was possible. Numbers like making 18 grand a week. Every Friday. 40 grand every Friday. There's only one industry, okay? Only one industry in the whole world that actually has this kind of income as residual passive income. What industry is that?
Home business.
Yeah, home-based business is the only industry, right? The second next really lucrative industry in terms of like being paid out really well is real estate. But what do you need to get started in real estate?
Money.
You need money. You need people that can help you, show you the way. You need accreditation. You need licenses. You can't just start. There's a process to get started, right? With home-based business, the minute you start, it's a learn and earn process. Okay, so this is where I want you guys to start thinking about revolutionizing. What system are you in? What are you tapped into? What don't you have access to? And people do get scared of this, so that's why they're like, oh, I'll just take my products. It's cool. It's cool. But this always intrigues people, but it often scares them. And we're being very honest today because sometimes we're like, oh my God, 42K a week? My mom makes that all year. I know, right? Like, and I remember these days, I was like, oh my gosh, right? So I remember when I started 4 years ago, I was very intrigued, but I almost didn't think it was possible. Until my sponsor, who just turned 30, she's actually currently in Mexico right now, Guadalajara, Mexico, building out their Latin America team. And she makes 30K a month. Her and her husband. She retired her husband from Scotia. Yeah, she retired herself, and then she retired her husband from Scotiabank. And it's because I can actually reach out and touch her and be like, you're real. You live at East Liberty. She's like, you live at East Liberty. That's insane. Remember, I think I invited you to one of those presentations at East Liberty. Yeah. Okay. She's a real live person. And so suddenly you almost think, wow, that's possible for me. But before that, that's why we say this is a bonus. Okay. Not everyone is intrigued by this, but at least everyone's curious. So we just want to show that to you because there are some people in the room, about 10% of each room every time we present, that people are like, yeah, you know what? Show me more about that. And we have that option for you. So on the next slide, if I can. Okay. Want to take a look at more than just income. Again, let's talk about finances. Why do we want the money in the first place? Freedom, right? What are you going to do with the money? Do you just stare at the money once it's in your account? That's nice.
Maybe for a second.
Maybe for a second, right? But what do we do with it, right? What's the point of money?
To do more things.
It's a tool to do more things, okay? And so we also have multiple ways that you can earn income, but you can also earn luxury travel. You can earn leadership bonuses. Guys, this is $1 billion worth company. There's a lot of money to be shared, right? And we're doing it in a very altruistic way, helping people become disease-free, free from pain and suffering all around the world. Could that be something you can be proud of?
Absolutely.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Absolutely. On the next slide, if I can. Okay. So the industry of the home-based business industry, because the kind of marketing that we do is word of mouth and it's through networks, what do you think the overall name of the industry is then? Network. Yeah, network marketing, right? So if anyone ever asks you, oh, what's network marketing? You can say, well, it's people talking about a product or a service through word of mouth and doing it through networks. Make sense?
Yeah.
So it's pretty straightforward, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So real estate mogul, who knows the Donald?
Yeah.
The Donald, right, with his crazy hair. Do you think he knows a few things about wealth building?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. He also knows what it takes to build and to fall in business. But he was asked, actually, if you were given a chance, if you lost everything and had to start over again, essentially, what would you do? He said, I would find a good network marketing company and get to work. All right. Real estate mogul, Rich Dad Poor Dad author, Robert Kiyosaki. Who here knows Robert Kiyosaki?
Yep.
Okay, so very, very powerful guy as well, originally from Hawaii. I love Hawaii. He says the richest people in the world look and build networks. Everyone else looks for work. So just think about that concept for a second, right? Because again, it's about leverage. It's about you not working by yourself. That's why I love this, because I love being with people. I'm sure you can tell, right? I love, working smarter, not harder. I've been down that road. I've done the 80-hour weeks. I've been sick. I've been fat. I've been there, right?
right? And I hated it. And so now, when you're on the other side, when you go to Disneyland, you can't come back home being like, wow, I'm never going back there again. No, you always want to be in Disneyland. So the same idea with this type of lifestyle. It's important to share, okay? Same thing with Microsoft founder. If he was given a chance to do it all over again, he said, I would choose network marketing. My favorite, Warren Buffett, billionaire investor, right? There's a handful of billionaires all around the world. Do you think Warren Buffett knows what he's talking about when it comes to investing? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Right? He says, I've invested in over a dozen network marketing companies, and it's the best investment I ever made. Okay? People around the world are looking for these things. They're looking for freedom. They're looking for a way out. They're looking to save on taxes. They're looking to create a better future. Right? And that's what we have here. So, if I can, how do you actually do it? So we just want to be very clear and transparent so that the steps are easy. Because sometimes you're like, Melissa, like, I don't understand. What do I got to do? Right? Criscilla, what do I have to do? Well, step one, choose how you want to start your optimal health journey, right? Take a look at where you're spending your existing money. A lot of us go to Starbucks, Tim Hortons, Subway, right? And we throw $3 here. That's what we're showing you there. So that's what we do to get started. Then you redirect. I want to take a look at this, right? So some of the stuff on the right-hand side, a lot of us recognize this. Even things like vitamin water, people think that that's healthy, but it's loaded with fake sugars, chemicals, and preservatives as well, right? It's actually owned by PepsiCo. So when you look at what you're putting in your body, it's not what you do today, it's what you do over time. And so we take a look at, well, what if we could just transition you and help you get on the 5-day reset, you know, like Big Will, down to Little Will, right? Or our lovely ladies from the California team, which, by the way, they're constantly in sunshine. Do you think they have pressure to look good? Of course, right? Canadians, we can hide. We can hide, right? Put the scarves on and like the boots up here, and we're like, we're good. So the idea, though, is that it's not just looking good, though, it's feeling good. And we know how we feel after we eat this stuff, yes or no?
Yeah.
So we invited you to the experience of giving our stuff a try. Feel really good. We can promise you that, right? And if you don't like it, and if you're like, you know what, you were wrong, I didn't feel better, no problem. 30-day refund guarantee. That's how much we stand by our product. Cool? Yeah. Right? So no risk. And the idea here is that, again, people always say, well, Melissa, how much is it though? Well, it's about $3 a day on the lower end, all the way up to about $13 a day. And I know people who spend $12.95 at, like, you know, China Walk getting a dish of carby noodles and gluten. Carby noodles and gluten stuff and high-fat stuff, right? So we really want to just give you guys some options. Is that cool?
Yes.
All right, that would be step 2. And then you would say, okay, oh, sorry, go back for 1 second. Okay, so the form, I think this, yeah, they're still technically open right now, but if you are interested in creating your free VIP account today, okay, where you actually get 20% off, all you would do is you fill out a form. Whoever invited you, ask them for that form.